Okay, hi everybody. You are here with Michelle Lewis, founder of Comfy on Camera and Video You, and we have the wonderful Laysa de la Para. Am I saying it right?
Laysa de la Para. I know.
Para.
Yeah.
Para. It's more, you know, it's
you can roll the R's if you want.
I'm so bad at that. I'm so white.
I'm bad at it. It's my last name. So I can say Para.
So this is very exciting because Laysa and I have never been like face to face before. So this is really kind of fun. I'm in LA and I can't remember where you were based.
Right outside Boston.
Yeah. Boston. Yeah. Boston, that's right. One of my favorite cities in the US. Love Boston. So we're just here to kind of chat about her experience with the challenge. She's also a member of Video University. And I mean, of probably all the people I've seen go through this challenge, she like took it by the reins and like lit a fire in herself. And she is daily live streaming and just getting so much great engagement. So Laysa, give us a little chat. Give us a little bit about your background and what made you want to become more visual.
Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit about me is I came from the corporate life and I was in HR, but I always had this overwhelming passion in the, you know, self-improvement and health and fitness, more around nutrition. Mm-hmm. And I always thought that was like, oh, that's just, you know, an additional lifestyle, additional hobby on the side. I never thought I could make it a career. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I actually went back to school. I don't know if you're familiar with the school, the Institute for Integrated Nutrition.
I am.
But I went there for a year and graduated, became a certified holistic health coach, and left my job last August. So we're coming up on almost a year with a lot of like going ups and downs. So, you know, when I first started, I was very general, really not quite sure. I said I wanted to help everyone, but, you know, I went through the ups and downs of trying to figure out your target market, who you serve, who you're drawn to, who's drawn to you, and vice versa. And right now, you know, after a lot of soul searching and just taking you know, a backseat of where my business was leading me, I came upon Real Relaxed, and that's my current business now. And that, and it really centers around, because you know, for a while I never was actually tapping into the whole like everyday stressors and how we almost look at it as a badge of honor, and that when you're busy,
I'm so busy.
Yeah, I'm so busy.
I'm so busy.
I'm sorry.
I have so much going on.
Yeah, stuff like that. And I do it sometimes, and I realize that I like, why am I saying this? Like, I'm proud of it, and it's something that we all do, and we see as being relaxed as sitting in our sweatpants and yoga pants on a couch with a glass of wine watching The Bachelor. That
does sound nice.
I know, and I love to do that, but that's not the only thing you can do.
No.
You can be calm and focused and successful at your job and run with it. You don't have to be running around trying to put fires out every 2 seconds to be successful. And that's something that I saw, and I tried my hardest because I was high anxiety. My doctor kept on trying to give me prescriptions of anything, trying to lower my anxiety, and I just denied it because I knew that there was something internal I could do. And it was given to me. They tried to give it to me at a young age, at around 12, and I knew that
right there with you, girl.
Yeah, and there's just something I thought, I don't know what it was, but there's just something inside of me at that young age of like, I can do this myself, and maybe that's just who I was, do everything myself, but. Yeah, so that's definitely what I was running with. And after a while, you know, I wanted to help people become healthier, but I didn't really know in what format. And I know that in my personal journey, I started with nutrition first, but I thought I did, but in reality, it all happened in here first. So, and that's what I help people do. It's more the mindset first, and then you can move on to the secondary food and fitness, because if you don't have the commitment, if you don't have the right mindset to embark on this change and this transformation, in the first place, it's going to be a bumpier ride for you. But you will probably get there, but it's going to be a bumpier ride if you don't have the right mindset.
And you'll start and stop and start and stop. Yeah. I know. I was at coffee with a friend of mine the other day, and he's like, I've been doing Adkins, like Adkins.
Yeah.
He was talking about all that, and I'm like, that's great, but like, the mindset shifts have to come first. And you're completely right. We aren't taught that ever. Throughout school, all the things to actually make us successful, healthy human beings, we're not taught. We're taught, no, you have to strive and you have to make this much money in that corporate world like you experienced and like I experienced, but mine was on film sets working 14 hours a day, burning myself out, that we aren't taught that success is a very subjective term, and it actually has nothing to do with actual like surrounding stuff. It's your personal state.
Right.
So I think that's an awesome realization. I was talking to my mom today because she also has her doctorate in natural medicine, and she's crazy. She studies like the quantum field. She's taking essential herb classes, and she was saying,
my God.
Yeah,
that's
she's
awesome.
Amazing. Like, you would love talking to her. And she's been studying essential oils, and she was studying this guy that was saying how the shape of a tree mirrors the shape of our lungs.
Yes.
Which was so interesting. And I was like, I have to talk to LAYSA about this because I bet she would love this.
I love it. You see how excited I get? I'm like, I love talking about this.
I do too. It just blew my mind. And, with everything going on in the environment right now and the chemtrails and stuff, they're actually finding that the trees are releasing even more essential oils into the air to not only protect, but to help us neutralize the toxins. It's just like, what?
Wow.
So we could talk about this for hours.
Yeah.
But let's get back to your business is amazing. Your intention is amazing. And so many women need to hear this message to really figure out, am I in balance with myself? Of course, you don't have to leave your job in the corporate world if you love it, but you need to be able to do it in a very healthy way where you're in growth mode and not in protect mode. So what brought you to the point of knowing that you needed to be more visible in your business?
Yes. So I write. I see myself as a very, very good writer, but not to the standard that I want to be at the moment. And there was a block, like I couldn't show my personality through my writing as much. And I've heard in the past that I do present myself and my personality well, but getting myself out there and to start it is the struggle. And I just knew that if people just saw me, they would understand what I'm saying a little bit better than if I'm writing, and see my personality and see that sometimes I have somewhat dry humor and it doesn't come always across the right way in writing. But that's one of the things that I just think that a lot of people are sticking to the blog articles, and not that it's not bad. Sure. It's just that I want to flow with where the rest of the market is going. And that is all going to video, live streaming. And it's going to be something that business owners need to hop onto. And seeing is something that I know that a lot of people like, and seeing rather than reading, because we are in that fast-paced world. So if we can hear it, see it, we're going to absorb the information quicker. Right. And I know that because I know that I'm like that, and I also know a lot of people like that. So I'm like, well, if my audience might be like that, so I might as well try to get on here and see how it goes. Yeah. And it's been going very well.
Yeah, it has.
Because they see me, they hear me, and they can understand and relate to it a little bit better than if they're reading a blog article.
Well, and what I love about your brand is that literally I remember the first time that you live streamed outside of the challenge on day 5, and you were like, hey, I'm LAYSA, I'm the founder of Real Relaxed, and just like, your amazing hair and the lighting going on and all this nature behind you, it was like in those 3 seconds, I understood exactly who you were, what you were about, and your energy. And we can't do that, via blog posts. We can try, but, statistics say that it's like the equivalent of a 1-minute video is like 1,300 web pages of data. Like, so you would have to write all of that stuff to communicate just what happens energetically on screen, which just blows my mind. So you found comfy on camera.
Yeah.
And you joined.
The best. I joined.
Tell me a little bit kind of if you had any struggles, and then what the wins were like and when you finally felt that breakthrough.
Yes. So first of all, I really liked how the challenge had us go live immediately, not like on our own pages, but at least we're in a group where we can all help each other and give each other feedback. But still, it was scary because hitting that goal, especially for something new. So I never had gone live. So I said, I don't know how this thing works, but we're going to find out. And I probably, if I didn't go through it, I probably still would not have gone live. I mean, I probably would have done it.
Like cannonballed you.
You threw me right in the water. And that's and that's what I personally need. Like, everyone's different in the way they're motivated. So when I want to do something, I don't just put my toes in. I'm the person that has to run in and get it over with. And then I can start to feel around of, okay, this is where I am in this area, and this is what I can do to improve.
Yeah.
But every single day, it was the best week. And I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, I'm so excited about this. And he said, this sounds like it's exactly what you needed.
Yeah, boyfriend.
And like, he's noticed that I would spend, when I did that, video series, I would spend hours preparing and then hours recording and then hours editing because of the video recording wasn't exactly great. And just for like a 20-minute video, and just like, it's great. I mean, I'm sure you at one point have been there, you can totally understand. And I assume that if whoever's watching this is probably in the same boat, there's so much preparation involved.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But now, especially if you don't know what you're doing.
I know, exactly. And now I can say that all I have to do is center my thoughts. And sometimes I don't always know what I'm speaking about that day that I'm going live, but because I challenge myself to go live every day, it's almost like I have to sit down and think about it. Sometimes I know 2 days ahead of time just because I'm so jacked up to go live and talk about something. But, today, for an example, I had no idea what I was going to talk about. And I got up, I said, I'm just going to hit the go live button and talk about it. And sometimes it just comes to me, and sometimes I have to pause on camera to think, get my thoughts together. But people see that, and it's almost like they're connecting with you on a different level of seeing the thoughts come together and come out.
It's like the she's not a robot realization.
Exactly. This is me. I'm really just energetic.
Yeah, absolutely. So you finished up the challenge and you started live streaming like a rock star. What are some of the changes? Because I think that's a really good point, that it's not just like, okay, now I know where to put the camera and I know what to say because I know my mission statement and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My whole purpose is, I believe that all of our different issues and traumas and fears and past failures, they actually put up layers of glass between us and the camera. So the whole purpose of Comfy on Camera is to start removing those panes of glass so that kind of the space between us and the camera, therefore us and our ideal client, starts to get clearer and clearer and clearer. So did you feel that kind of transformation? And if so, what difference have you seen, even in the smallest way, in your business, be it on Facebook or your email list or whatever?
I have seen, before I do have a newsletter, and I've have asked in the past to have people reach out to me via email and asking me questions. And there was always that me asking that question wasn't enough for someone to actually feel like they were obligated to reply or they wanted to reply. But now they see me asking the question, and now I'm getting people replying to me, texting me, because some people have my phone number, some people message me on Facebook. I'm getting them in different avenues than I was before. And that's, to me, it's like I'm getting more engagement and not just more comments on my posts. It's more now people giving me like, hey, I want to hear this. And now I'm hearing a little bit more from my following and seeing what they need. And that's helping me in my business of, okay, I need to start going this direction because this person brought up a whole new topic that I didn't even think about. And now I'm going to be thinking about that and talking about that soon, which is exciting because sometimes, I don't know if you maybe agree with this, that we think we pick our target market or our ideal client, but sometimes they pick us.
Oh my gosh. Yes. A year ago, I was exactly where you were in terms of studying nutrition and stuff. I thought I was supposed to be a health coach. And believe it or not, visibility is here and it's here to stay.
Yeah. It's so crazy how that happens, because it just, and I was actually looking at your website in the past and I saw that transition and I immediately thought of that, of like, okay, she must know that like something along her path shifted, and you probably got more people asking you, hey, I really like what you did here. Can you help me do that? And you're like, well, it's not really what I do, but I'm going to help you. And I don't really know how it started, but it sounds like you thought you were going to go in one direction and then you realized that people needed something else. You're like, yeah, okay, I can run with that because I know it comes natural to me.
Very much.
And yeah, so I totally get that. And if it's not just becoming visible and knowing how to be on camera and knowing how to set it up and make sure everything looks great or it sounds great, it's all about how I'm also presenting myself. And it's like, I could see myself now, it's working on my public speaking skills, because I may not be on a stage, but I'm still in public, in front of the public, speaking. Same kind of concept. I'm just not seeing the people behind the screen. I can see the little viewers coming on, but I don't know, can't see their faces. But it's definitely something that I feel like a lot of people don't really learn in school anymore, of getting up. I mean, we've all done presentations in front of our classes in the past, but I feel like that's going away with a lot of online visibility, and a lot of it can be edited to a certain point, but all of these live streams are so raw, and you can almost get that sense back of who that person is on the other side of the screen.
So true. I love that. So you were one of the couple of ladies that got to kind of get into Video You first. And I realize it's only been, 3 or 4 days, because hubby and I just finished getting everything set. Yay. But from what you've seen, can you just give people kind of a taste? Because what I want to make sure, I'm not a salesy kind of person. I'm not really interested in that. This is something that my husband and I do because we're just passionate about it. And we want to make sure that people that have gone through something on camera have a clear understanding of, is this really going to benefit them? Because we've all been pitched e-courses after e-courses after e-courses. And so my heart is for really helping the people that do want to build their ladypreneur legacy to be able to have all the tools and all the knowledge that they need and the support. So if you could just speak to as much as you know, I would absolutely love it.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I haven't gone too much into it, but I did an overview of what's to come in the course. And I'm personally coming from a point where I do own a DSLR camera. I do own the Rode microphone. I have, bootlegged my whole lighting system, so I know somewhat stuff. But but learning that stuff was frustrating. And by looking at the course, I could see that you go over that stuff. I was like, oh my God, this would have been so helpful in the beginning, knowing that kind of stuff. And I didn't learn how to utilize the, camera on my computer or the camera on my phone as assets. And now I'm starting to use it. And I'm still using my camera, but I feel like I don't really know that much about like the lighting of like, if I don't have my good camera with me, how can I make my lighting on my phone look good and the quality on that?
Totally.
Because I'm looking at you. I'm like, I feel like your quality is so much better than mine. It's like stuff like that. I'm sure that I'm going to learn.
And we go over this in Video. This is like, you look around our place and see where all of our different, because it's all natural light, but we just have like these 3 big windows and this one white door outside of this window. So it like gives a bounce, and that's why you can see this going on.
Yeah.
It's interesting, but
it's like I only have windows back here and that's it.
Right. So probably if I turned you around, then it would be absolutely perfect. But these are the things that you learn. And I think you're totally right, because even I used to be at a point of every single video I did, I busted out my camera and I did the lighting and I did the editing. And it's like, that's great, but it's not all the tools in your tool belt. And sometimes if you just focus on all the video and editing, you get kind of exhausted and then you fall off the map for a couple months.
Yes, because it's so hard to produce it. And you're like, I can't. I was thinking in the back of my head, is, and this is like the point that I found you at, of I was thinking like, I am not getting that much traction on this video course that I worked 2 weeks on. And I poured my heart and soul into it. And I know it's good. I know I'm delivering good content, but maybe it's the way I was delivering or the way I was presenting it. And I don't want to redo it, kind of a thing, because it took me that long to do.
Totally.
But now it's because it took me so long to do. And I guarantee you, if I tried doing it again, I probably would get the whole thing done in like 5 hours of shooting, editing, and loading it all on, because I use Wistia, loading it like from start to finish live on the website, 5 hours, kind of a thing.
Instead of 2 weeks.
Instead of 2 weeks. So like, it's all about like presenting, and it's being comfy on camera is time saving. It's not just being comfortable presenting yourself, but it's the whole time saver of you can get on, you can shoot, and you can immediately have that content ready for you to go.
Yeah.
And have that ready on your blog or Facebook or wherever you want to host it.
Yeah.
So there's so many different reasons why both the Comfy on Camera and the Video University is so important. It's not, I feel like it's definitely something for absolute beginners, but also people where I was, of like, I have the good equipment, but I just don't know how to utilize it, of, you know, a situation to make you feel the way I felt in this situation. I had the lighting, I had, you know, the tripod and the camera set up and the microphone, and I sat down and the lights were on my face. I'm like, now what? Like, what do I do now?
Yeah. Kaylee just messaged me the other day, and she's like, so I started the Comfy on Camera challenge, but I was going to like Google lighting and cameras because I figured, you know, I can just learn from there. She's like, I'm so glad I didn't do that, because here it all is. And she said, and it's not like done in a stressful way. And that's why we did, we put in Video You the content creation workshop, because going from your mission statement, from your frequently asked questions, from the different tips and tricks that you might normally think of, you can batch out 2 months worth of content. And I think that's so huge, especially, you know, you can live stream it, of course, but if you are recording your videos, sit down and do them all at once. Just change your tops in between videos, you know? And
that thought didn't go through my head.
Yeah. It takes time, and you like sit down, and that's probably why it took you so long, is because you weren't able to, you know, streamline it. And that's stuff that we've learned, you know, over the past couple of years in the film business. So anyway, I'm so happy that this has made such a change in your life that, you know, makes me have the warm fuzzies, and it's just so wonderful. And I love being able to see you face to face. And can I just encourage you and tell you, it takes courage, it takes grit, it takes all of those things to do what you're doing, but you are building your legacy. The change is noticeable. I've seen it from the beginning, and I just cannot wait to see what you do. So great job, my dear. So for everybody watching, this is Laysa. You should find her on Facebook. You can look at, I think it's Real Relaxed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can find her there. RealRelaxed.com. She's got some great freebies that you can download. She's on Facebook a lot, so you can connect with her if you want any other tips and tricks. Do you have any last statement that you would like to leave people with, my dear?
I would just say to just relax, be real relaxed. I'm laughing at that because it's like, so just be real relaxed. That's all.
It's a good idea though. Even if it's just taking a deep breath in and exhaling, just let go of the stress, you know, remove the expectations from your life, and just enjoy the life that you're living and move forward in that purpose that you've always felt called to do. So
absolutely.
All right. So people, you've heard it here about Comfy on Camera. You've heard about Video You, and we will see you next time.